Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. Her voice cut through the air like broken glass. I wish I'd married Chris instead. At least he's a real man. For a second I thought I'd misheard her. The words hung between us in the dim kitchen, vibrating in the silence that followed. My hand froze around the coffee mug, and I could hear the faint drip of the faucet punctuating the moment like a countdown to something irreversible. Say that again, I whispered, though my throat felt dry and raw. Emma's chest heaved. Her eyes shimmered, not with regret, but with the kind of fury that comes from years of buried resentment. You heard me, David, she spat. Chris wouldn't have wasted years chasing meaningless dreams. He knows how to make a woman feel wanted. The room spun for a second. My stomach clenched. Chris, my best friend since college. My best man at the wedding. The man who helped me pick out her engagement ring. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to scream. I wanted to ask if this was some cruel joke, but deep down I already knew it wasn't. The fight had started small. It usually did. A forgotten anniversary dinner. Missed calls. Me staying late at work, trying to salvage a promotion that never seemed to come. She said I was distant. I said she was impossible to please. But underneath it all there was something else. Something neither of us had been brave enough to name. I stared at her now, searching for some trace of the woman I'd fallen in love with 8 years ago. The one who used to sneak love notes into my jacket pocket before work. Instead I saw someone cold. Defiant. Guarded. Chris, I repeated, my voice barely audible. You mean Chris from the firm? Her eyes darted away. That was all the confirmation I needed. The next few days blurred together. I went to work, smiled through meetings, and pretended I wasn't coming apart inside. Every beep of my phone made my chest tighten. Every time Emma's name appeared on the screen, I felt equal parts longing and dread. That night, when she said she had a book club meeting, I followed her. I told myself I wouldn't confront her. I just needed to know. Needed the truth, no matter how much it hurt. Rain poured as I sat in my car outside a downtown restaurant, watching her silhouette through the window. She wasn't with a group of women. She was sitting across from him, Chris, his hand covering hers on the table. They leaned in close, laughing softly. The kind of laugh I hadn't heard from her in months. My vision blurred. My hands shook. I wanted to storm in, throw the table over, demand an explanation. But instead I sat there, watching the betrayal unfold through the windshield, each second etching itself into my memory like a wound that would never close. When she got home that night, I pretended to be asleep. Her perfume lingered heavier than usual. Something expensive. Something new. She climbed into bed beside me, and when her arm brushed mine, I fought the urge to recoil. The next morning, she made pancakes, humming softly as if nothing had changed. I watched her move around the kitchen, graceful and detached, and felt the strange calm that comes before a storm. How was book club? I asked casually. She froze for just a heartbeat, then smiled too quickly. Good. We discussed that novel I told you about. What was it called again? I asked, even though I already knew she hadn't read it. She blinked, stammering for a moment before changing the subject. That was when I realized I couldn't keep pretending. The truth had already taken root in me, spreading like poison. That evening, I opened her laptop while she was in the shower. My hands trembled as I typed in her password, our wedding date, how ironic, and the screen came to life. The email tab blinked with unread messages. One subject line stood out. Last night was perfect. My vision tunneled as I clicked it open. His words stared back at me. You taste like sin and I can't stop wanting you. You said he doesn't touch you anymore. I'll fix that. Let's get away next weekend. Something inside me cracked then. Something that would never be whole again. When she came out of the bathroom, towel wrapped around her hair, she caught me staring at the laptop. Her face went pale. Emma, I said, voice trembling. How long? Silence. Then her lips parted, and the truth came spilling out like broken glass. It wasn't supposed to happen. You pushed me away, David. You made me feel invisible. And he listened. I laughed bitterly. You mean while he was listening, you decided to destroy everything we built? Tears welled in her eyes. You don't understand. It wasn't just physical. He made me feel alive again. Her words were knives, each one deeper than the last. I wanted to hate her, to throw her out, But beneath all that anger, I still loved her. That was the cruelest part of it all. Days passed, and the house turned into a graveyard of memories. Her perfume lingered in the hallways. Our photos smiled down from the walls, mocking me. I started sleeping on the couch. She tried to talk, but every word felt hollow. Then one evening, as the sun bled through the curtains, she approached me quietly. "David," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I ended it with him." I realized what I was losing. I looked at her, really looked at her. She was trembling, eyes swollen, face pale. "You ended it because you got caught," I said. "Not because you regretted it." She sobbed, then, collapsing to her knees, clutching my hand like it was her only lifeline. "I'm sorry," she choked out. "Please, can we fix this?" For a moment I almost believed her. Almost. But then I remembered the laughter at the restaurant, the emails, the lies whispered under the same roof I called home. I stood up slowly. "No, Emma. You can't fix what you killed." A week later, she packed her bags and left. The silence that followed was suffocating. I spent nights staring at the ceiling, haunted by the sound of her voice, her laughter, her betrayal. Months passed. The divorce papers arrived. I signed them without hesitation. But one evening, while sorting through old photos, I found a picture of the three of us, me, Emma, and Chris, smiling on my birthday. I stared at it for a long time, until the edges blurred from tears. That night, I got a message from an unknown number. It was Chris. "She's pregnant." I froze. My hands went cold. The world tilted. Then another message. "She says it's yours." For the first time since that night in the kitchen, I felt something stir deep inside me. Something I couldn't name. Maybe it was hope. Maybe it was fear. Or maybe it was just the cruel echo of a love that refused to die, even after everything. Whatever it was, I knew this story wasn't over. Not yet.